Yes, folks, you heard the title correctly, and I don't think this is a surprise to many. But yeah, Austin Dillon is one of, if not the most overrated driver in NASCAR. I shouldn't say the most. I think that honor definitely goes to Danica Patrick. Uh, but we can give Austin Dillon a lot of that overratedness as well. Now, he did win two Crown Jewel races, the 600 in 2017, off of fuel mileage. So, put the little asterisk next to that. He won the Daytona 500 the next year on the 60th running, 20 years after Dale Earnhardt had won his. But put a little asterisk next to that because he wrecked out Eric Almirola on the final lap to get to it. And then he won at Texas in 2020 after, in COVID year. And, he's racing. Childress had a good day, so I call that a legitimate win with no asterisks next to it. But 3 wins, which is funny because he races the number 3 car. And tell you what, this guy this is his 9th season in Cup. He ruined the 3. I'm going to say it. He ruined the 3. I never watched Dale Earnhardt race. I was born a couple years after he died. So I never saw him race, but I've seen him watch him on YouTube. I've heard stories about him. I've seen videos. I've seen photos, and I can understand him being a great driver. Austin Dillon, on the other hand, is not a great driver. And he definitely does not deserve to race such an iconic number, a number that really should have been retired. I'm not going to talk about that too much here. It's going to save it for the Talking NASCAR podcast. Tune into those Fridays with me, Hitmaster, and Jackson. So, but he does not deserve to be in the 3. Like, the 43 is different, right? I think. It's Petty's number. Petty's the owner of the team that the number is for. So he picks who the car, like the actual guy who made the number famous, gets to pick the driver that races it. So that makes sense, right? That's why nobody complains about the image of the 43 being ruined. It's because it's Petty's own doing. Petty is the guy who's doing this. Now, has the 43's likeness been ruined? Yeah. But is Petty still a respected guy? Are people pissed off that it's been ruined? No. Because it's own team. Now, the 3, on the other hand, the only reason Austin Dillon got it was because of family. And, you have to be a little careful when talking about family. But Richard Childress, come on, man. You could put anybody else in that car, except probably Ty Dillon, which is the only other guy he probably considered to put in the 3 car, because it's, again, family. But you could have done anybody else and probably gotten a whole host of success. Or you could have gotten Dale Jr. to do it, drive the 3. He could have done a lot better in the 3. You could put, probably nobody else would be even fitting into that. Maybe Kerry Earnhardt, I guess. I don't freaking know. Put him in the 3. He'd probably do better than Austin Dillon. Probably not, but you never know. Because, Dillon, and it's not that he's been bad. It's just that he's hyped up as this good driver with has bad luck. Goes to the 2014 Daytona 500. Wins the pole. It's the exact mirror image of what happened the year prior with Danica Patrick. First full-time season, she wins the pole. She at least got a top 10 finish in that race, though, and led laps. Austin Dillon led 1 lap, wrecked out. Surprise, surprise. Future for his whole career, summed up in 1 race, was that. What has he done since? He won a race on fuel mileage. Woohoo, He got lucky. Daytona 500, wrecked somebody for the win. And anybody can be good on the plate tracks. So, is that really too much of a surprise? Eric Almirola was about to freaking win that race. He's got the same amount of wins as you do. So, and then Texas, legitimate. Everybody gets a legit win sometime. I'm not calling him a horrible driver. He does not deserve the ride. And it's because of family. It's overhyped, and it pisses me off. And he's ruined the 3, and because everybody thinks, 3 is Austin Dillon. Not that good. Nobody ever thinks, oh yeah, that was Dale Earnhardt's number. What a legendary driver he was. Or how awesome of a driver he was. How iconic of a driver he was. Everybody thinks fucking Austin Dillon. Why? And you might be a fan of Austin Dillon, and you know, you're thinking, well, you know, he's okay, you know, he's all right, you know, you're just giving him a little bit bad luck. The dude gets a freaking TV show. How the hell does this dude get a TV show? He gets a freaking Keeping Up with the Kardashians looking TV show on USA Network. Only network willing to take on the burden of somebody named Austin Dillon. It pisses me off, dude. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. I do. Sometimes he can be humble when he realizes that he's on camera and that he's being paid. But he can also sometimes, when his head gets in his way, he shows his true colors. And he is very, very aggressive. He can make stupid decisions and then he'll blame them on other people. You know, everybody's been criticizing Ross Chastain for being wrecking a ton of people this year. You know, talk about Rick Ware Racing also wrecking people. You know, just more than that, more than this year, but years prior. Nobody ever talks about Austin Dillon. I mean, he wrecked how many people, and he blames it on everybody every time. But no, just because he's Austin Dillon, he's Richard Childress's grandson, because he's driving the 3. Oh, you just have to be a little bit more forgiving. But he's had 9 seasons. 9 seasons, and he's done absolute jack shit with those 9 seasons. And all the hype he gets some freaking TV show, he gets all these sponsorships, and for what? I don't know. Pisses me off, though. Like I talked about Kyle Petty being overrated, and I still think he is, but at least he was a good driver for a little bit. This guy, Austin Dillon, has never been a good driver. And it totally showed. It's totally showing this year. And it sucks. I do hope RCR, I hope Richard Childress does get something in his head, because he lost Tyler Reddick over that situation, prioritizing his grandson over Tyler Reddick, who is a far better driver, who is a actual legit contender, who has actual legit talent. You let him go, and he couldn't keep him because you put too much faith in your grandson, who has given you 9 years of crap, and Tyler Reddick, who's had 3 seasons and has already done miles better than Austin Dillon could ever think of. So, I don't know. That's my thoughts on the situation. I think he's really overrated. I think a lot of other people can think the exact same thing. So what are your thoughts on Austin Dillon? I don't know, man. I think he's overrated. Thoughts on it, leave in the comment section down below. Catch you guys on the podcast. Bye.